collection of reactions to NFL's youngest head coach.
At 37, Jerod Mayo now will become the NFL's youngest head coach, taking over a title that Sean McVay had held since being named the Rams head coach in 2017. Mayo is a month younger than McVay.
Titan fans spent 24 hours calling for tampering investigation just for this to happen.
All because Mike said not every team has a multi-decade run of dominance, and for the fans to remember that.
I peeked in the sub yesterday and it was kinda insane LMO. Not evidence or facts, just conjecture and spite.
Vrabel, winning 3 Super Bowls was pretty cool. Amy Adams Strunk, it's treason then.
37-year-old position coach replacing the greatest head coach in professional sports. No pressure, kid.
Honestly, it's safer that it's him than Vrabel. Pats fans have had a sneaking suspicion the last few years that Mayo was going to be the next HC. Expectations are lower for him than if they had picked up Vrabel. Vrabel absolutely would have gotten the house thrown at him if he came in and had a below .500 season, even though this roster was lucky to have won 4 games.
Every beat reporter has been trying to report that it's him, without saying they knew for sure. Curran and Perry definitely had to have known for the last year. Rap Sheet did everything he could last night to report it without actually reporting it.
The Athletic was on it too back in March when Mayo signed the extension to keep him here as well. Right around the same time of the BOB hiring, so I think it flew under the radar for a number of folks.
I remember when Jerod Mayo was one of the best linebackers in the league, now he succeeds his HC. I feel old LOL.
I remember when Mike Vrabel was one of the best linebackers in the league and TD catching specialist, so either you're not old or I'm ancient.
The biggest thing I got out of this was that McVay was way younger than any HC ever.
McVay is only 37.
You forgot how big it was when the Rams hired a 19-year-old as their HC.
Yeah, how people forget this. The Rams had to ask his parents for permission to interview him before we signed him as HC.
In Washington they had to take frequent breaks so his mommy could change his nappies.
Sean McVay and Jason Tatum are the 2 guys in sports that age at half speed.
19-year-old Jason Tatum? Kid's got a great future, I tell ya. He's gonna boom some guys, I just know it.
Lordy, we really picked someone with like 4 years experience as a position coach as our head coach. There's gonna be YouTube video essays about this in a few years if he isn't good LOL.
Vrabel was right there. This just seems really stupid.
Vrabel was also a dude who barely had experience as a LB coach when he was hired as a HC.
Asterisk in addition to being a LB coach at Ohio State for a couple seasons and the Texans defensive coordinator for a year.
I think Kraft already had his mind made up. Any other firings didn't affect it.
His mind was made up when he moved mountains to retain Mayo when he was about to leave for a DC position. This was happening whether it was this year or next.
You're getting a LB coordinator with 4 years experience as your HC.
Incoming trade for Will Levis.
You can really tell who has and who hasn't been following Mayo's career in this thread LMFAO.
Yeah, these people act like he wasn't getting HC interviews the past 2 years. IDK how so many people can be this confidently wrong.
So what does this mean for Vrabel if everyone was thinking this job was his? Didn't even get an interview.
Probably ends up homeless and destitute.
Low-key, very smart hire by the Pats. This way the next guy won't have the pressure of following up Bill, but Jerod Mayo.
Only took 7 years for someone to be younger than McVay and only by a month. McVay is a legend.